Hey guys, we are back. And last night I did a little bit of co-working. I plan to start doing that during the week, probably starting next week. And if I can get in 2 or 3 hour blocks, then some of you guys can come on with me and we can work together. All right. So, following Steve's recommendation, we're going to read the back of the book. Then we're going to read the 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 little it's called forward. No, it's called hold on. Oh man, I'm gonna make a lot of noise here. It's called Before You Begin. Then I'm going to just read the forward by Ianla Van Zandt. All right, back of the book. Dear potential reader, as you may have noticed, there are no testimonials on the back cover of this book imploring you to read it. I vetoed that. The only testimonial I am interested in is the one you will have from reading and experiencing this book. Please do not read this book about me. Read this book about you. Read it about being. As you read, ask yourself, who would I need to be a more loving person? Who would I need to be a more effective parent? Who would I need to create a level of confidence that is remarkable? Who would I need to be at peace with who I am? Who would I need to be fully in love with myself and my life? Who would I need to live the most extraordinary life I can live? I promise you that if you read this book with the intention of expanding your state of being, you will do exactly that. Your experience will be remarkable. Who you are being is everything. Loving you, be blessed. All right, now we're going to read the Before You Begin. I never wanted to read a book, and I haven't. I never wanted to have a book written about me, but here it is. This book is a gift from my wife, Amy, who wrote it, and my friend, Alan D. Thompson, who conducted the research and interviews on which it is based. And it's not just a gift to me, but to you too. And now you're reading it. So, with your permission, I'll give you some suggestions on how to read it. You see, this isn't an ordinary book. It's not simply a biography. It's not a self help book. It's not a literary classic. It's definitely not a book about how to coach. In fact, it's not a book about doing anything. It's a book about being, and it's a book about you. To access this book, ask yourself these questions as you read. Who am I being as a partner, parent, or friend? Being as a leader? Who am I being as a member of my community? Who would I need to have miracles show up in my daily life? Who would I need to be to create value in the work I do? Who would I need to generate a life of abundance? Who would I need to alter my relationship with fear? Who would I need to be at peace with my past? Who would I need to step powerfully into my future? Who would I need to be present as a way of being? Who would I need to live the most extraordinary life I can live? Who would I need to know that my life makes a difference? Who would I need to be fully in love with myself and my life? Who would I need to improve my relationships with the most important people in my life? Who would I need to read The Ultimate Coach and have a personal breakthrough in being wonderful me. The best part about this book about you, is that it is endless. The story goes on, and it's written by your being. Loving you, be blessed, be you, Steve Hardison. All right, so now I'm going to read the foreword, and that'll be it for tonight, okay? Foreword, Ian Levanzant. The Reverend Dr. Ian Levanzant is an American life coach, celebrated spiritual teacher, six-time New York Times best-selling author, inspirational leader, Emmy award-winning television personality, and host of Ianla Fix My Life on the Oprah Winfrey Network. She is one of the most recognizable life coaches in the world. Have you ever had a serving of macaroni and cheese that was so amazing that it made you want to pee? Maybe mama or grandma made it. Maybe it's the right combination of cheeses, creaminess, the balance, the beautiful warmth, the taste. In the future, you will compare every other dish of macaroni and cheese to that amazing dish, and nothing you compare it to will ever measure up. I haven't found anyone that measures up to Steve yet, not not even me, and I'm good. I don't hold a candle to Steve Hardison because he's otherworldly. I don't know what planet he came from, even though he might be able to even though he might be able to walk on water. I think that he usually takes a boat. Plus, then he doesn't mess up his shoes because he and I are shoe whores. He restructured my DNA. Steve Hardison told me that I was powerful and brilliant. He told me, you are by far the best public speaker that I have ever heard in my life. How you telling a black girl out of Brooklyn that I'm a better speaker than Werner Erhard? You gotta be kidding. You are powerful. Every time this man would say this to me, like, you're powerful, it would take me about 3 weeks to process that in my system. This is what I know to be true. Some things speak to your mind. Some things speak to your heart. Some things speak to your soul, and some things speak into your spirit. And when something is speaking into your spirit, your mind can't comprehend what it is. Your heart can only feel it, and your soul allows it. But it is your spirit that responds. Nothing that anyone has said, can say, or would say can describe the experience of coaching with Steve Hardison. Every experience is unique and authentic to who you are and what your spirit needs. Not your mind, your heart, not even your soul, but your spirit. That part of you that's connected to the angelic realm. Trying to articulate what happens in the experience of Steve Hardison goes beyond a place that your intellect can hold in the moment. When you go back and think about it, you can get the words that can describe it intellectually or mentally, except that it's really at the molecular level of your spirit. I won't do anything big unless I call Steve first and tell him what I'm considering. He'll have the same response every time. How can I help? Is there anything you need me to do? I just want him to hold that space because he is a mystic and he is otherworldly. For me, it's just enough to know he's holding my project or concept in his space. I don't even have to think about it. I don't think I've ever asked him to pray either. He is the prayer. Anybody reading this book has a blessing that many of us didn't have. Authors don't usually write about most mystics until they're dead. Steve is here now. This book is preparation. It readies your mind. It moves the ego out of the way. Because if you read these words and are open to the experience, you're ready. Remember that you are stepping into the presence of an angel. It's not going to be anything like your imagination. What do you wear when you go meet an angel? My invitation to you would be to show up naked. Reverend Dr. Iana Van Zant, Maryland, USA, November 2021. All right, guys. Next time we read this book, we're going to get into chapter 1. These chapters are a lot longer than Steve Chandler's books, so I'm going to have to figure out how to chop these up. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I have some other work to do, and it's getting cold in my office garage, as you can see by the clothes I'm wearing. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and everyone have a good night. And